Hello everyone, it is Sunday, March 5th. And hello all my new subscribers, thank you so much for coming by and hitting that little bell icon and the subscribe, and just appreciate all of you so much. And I have so much to show you this week. Let's start with the two books that I ordered from an Amazon gift certificate I got for Christmas, and they arrived in late February, and I'm going to show them to you. Okay, the first one that arrived was this Edward's New Menagerie Collection, and there's a whole bunch of stuff in here. Let's see, here's like the, you can kind of see what's going on, but lots of good little animals, and you know, they all have the same body and head, and it looks like kind of like arms and legs are all the same, but just certain things about the head will be different, or you know, maybe they have antlers or stripes or something. But they're all basically the same, so you get one done and the next one is even easier. The second one I got is also an Edward's Menagerie, and it is a Christmassy one, and it's a partridge in a pear tree, and I didn't see anybody else on that amigurumi tag mention this one, but I just happened to see it on Amazon when I was looking at the other Edward's books, and I said, well, it's Christmassy, I have to have it. So I have it, and haven't made anything because I've only had it for about a week, but I will, because that's the goal, is every book that I get I have to make at least one thing from. And speaking of books that I have made one thing from, where's this book? Okay, I mentioned this book like, I don't know, in the last one or two videos, because it had this little, where is he? Oh, right, no, this way, this one, here, this Benedict mole. The little Sherlock mole. So I made him. Yes, I made him. So we'll get on to the amigurumi portion of this video now. Let me just get him over here. So here he is, the little Benedict mole. Yeah, that cape. This was interesting work. Not that it was hard, it was just interesting. But he is considered an advanced pattern, probably because of the cape, because everything else wasn't advanced really. The one thing that I will say about this pattern is that the pictures look a little bit different, because the pictures make it look like the hat's a little bit lower. And I counted the rows on the hat, and I've got all the correct rows. So I don't know. I knew that I couldn't pay attention to what the pattern said as to where to put the ears. So I first put the hat on the head, and then you can kind of see like there's holes here for the ears, but the hole goes through the flap and the cap. So then I put pins in to through that hole and marked where I would put the ears, because that's really the only way you could do it. Now I will be making another one of these. This one is I'm going to keep well, for at least a while. But I'm going to make another one for a friend of mine who's a Sherlock fan. And I figured I would just get all my kinks with the pattern out with this one. And the next one should be easier. Now, like I don't know, did I stuff the head too full? And that's why the hat just doesn't go down as far on his head. I don't know, but there he is. Okay, now I'm going to show you two finished amigurumis that are old whips. They had sat in a bag for a long time, and I mean a long time, because they were packed up when I moved as being unfinished. That was 8 months ago, and they'd probably been in a bag for at least a year prior to that. So let me show you one. And just get some of the fuzz off of him. Okay, here he is. This little sheep. I was trying to do a sheep called a Veerle black-nose sheep. Maybe it's Veerle's, I don't know. I'll put the spelling right here. Cutest little sheep you ever saw. It's considered one of the cutest sheeps ever. And then after I did the legs, I realized that they actually have white legs, but they have black knees. But that's okay. Here he is. And he comes out of this book. In fact, let's see. Here he is right on the back. You can see him. Okay, so that's one old whip out of the way. And this one, which I'm going to talk a little bit about. I showed you the jacket the last time, the Santa jacket. So here's the rest of him. There he is, Mr. Grinch. Now I'm going to just take off his hat and his jacket. I would consider this pattern, which I will link this pattern below. It is a paid-for pattern on Etsy. I would consider it an advanced pattern. The only thing that you sew on is this eyebrow. The arms are, you can see, they're just part of the body. You just leave a little hole there and then later go back and crochet the arm. And that's the same with the legs. And it starts from the top and goes all the way down. But what I would say about this pattern, especially like right here with the legs, is the pattern talks about, okay, do one leg. It doesn't talk about both legs. It doesn't tell you which leg to start with. But when you start doing the legs, your crochet is going to start in different places. So you kind of get to the heel portion of the foot, and you have to make sure that that heel is in the right direction, because you don't know which leg she's referring to in the pattern. So I just had to get down there and say, okay, where's this heel positioned? And maybe I had to adjust my stitches as far as like pulling back or removing a couple of stitches. Also, like at the end of the toes, I think it got down to 3 and around, and she was like taking it down to 2 and around. I was like, I cannot get my crochet hook in there anymore. So I just finished it off in a different place. But another thing about these two legs, I would say if you do this pattern, attach a yarn ball here and a yarn ball, well, one for each leg, and just do a few rows on each until you get like enough flexibility between them, because otherwise if you do one whole leg and then you're trying to work in this space down here to do another leg and this leg is in the way, it's just kind of annoying. So that's how I did it, because I knew it would be annoying. And the arms interesting. But anyways, it is all just like one thing here. So only sewing is this. And I think that there's an issue with this part here. I mean, I wish there was like an increase right in the middle, because it just doesn't flow right over the two eyes. But there is. So that's him. Okay, so that's 3. Then I have 2 Zabez pieces I can show you. And, okay, this one, let me get the hair all straight, is the Fire Fairy. It's got all this lovely long hair in the back. And, okay, and then the companion piece, well, which I think is a companion piece, this is the little water fairy, who has a little drop of water down here. And I use sparkle gray for his hair. Oh, and the body sparkle too. That wasn't called for. It was just something I thought, well, he's a water fairy, he should sparkle. He's got like a water splat on the top. Okay, so those are my 5. Now, I also want to say, as far as like amigurumi patterns, and these aren't exactly books, but I have done these. And let's see, this is Love Crochet, and which issue is this? November 2017. I have done these 2, and I still have them. They are in my Christmas collection of amigurumi. I think those 2, it took me at least a week to do those 2. And then this is from May 2018, and I did him, and he's sitting on a little mushroom, and I sent him to a cousin. I didn't really care for the final look of it. Just the arms were too stubby, and he didn't sit up by himself. You have to prop him up in a corner with the mushroom. So anyways, so that's it for crochet. I do have another amigurumi that is in progress that I started, I don't know, within this past week or so. But all my old whips, amigurumi whips, are done. So I don't have any old ones. And now I'm just working on this new amigurumi. I have like 4 or 5 others I'm going to be making in the over this month probably. And then I've got a Jada blanket I need to put together, because I have the blanket done, the back part done, and I have all the appliques done, and I just need to assemble everything and then do the border. That takes about 3 days to do all that. So that's it for what I have going on with crochet. And I will give you a little garden update. I've got some little bugger animal that has completely chewed down my celery, some of my bok choy. I cannot get the lettuce to grow because it just keeps chewing it right down to the ground. And I have to go out there today and see if I even have anything left that he hasn't chewed up. I thought it was Mr. Squirrel. Somebody said no, it's probably a rabbit, although I just don't know how a rabbit would get into the yard because it's completely fenced. So, I don't know. I knew that this year would be a year of a lot of failure, and a lot of learning experience, and I may invest in one of those tower units. You've seen them where you just grow the veggies in a tower thing, and maybe grow that inside the porch, although it won't get enough sun. But maybe that would keep, if I put flowers in the lower ones and then the veggies in the upper ones, that would keep out. If we have a rabbit, that would definitely keep a rabbit out. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be harvesting anything again real soon. Although I've harvested 3 times. So anyhow, that's about it for right now. And I will talk to you all soon. Have a great week. Stay safe if you're in a stormy part of the country. Like right now, certain parts of California, really, really bad snow. That's in the next county over, that they're trapped up in the mountains. So, anyhow, that's it for now, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.